Kansas. Lead forecaster Brooks Barber here in the Cirrus Weather headquarters in Hays, Kansas. Tonight I will be bringing you your mid-range weather forecast update, so let's get started on that. First here we'll be taking a look at the temperatures forecast for the next 6 to 10 days compared to average. As you can see across the western tier of the United States, we will be experiencing warmer than normal conditions. Here across portions of western Kansas, a small little sliver of the state will be experiencing around average conditions temperature-wise. And then a large portion of the U.S., the eastern U.S., will be cooler than normal, with an area of colder than normal temperatures, especially in the Midwest, Ohio Valley, down into the Mid-Atlantic. Next here is the temperatures over the next 8 to 14 days, with those warmer than average temperatures sticking around across the western half of the U.S. Here in Kansas, we will be around average temperature-wise in about 2 weeks, the second week of April, and that area of cooler temperatures sticks around for the eastern parts of the U.S., Midwest, Northern Plains, and over towards the Mid-Atlantic. Here is the precipitation expected for the next 6 to 10 days compared to average. 2 areas of drier than normal conditions are expected across the Midwest and Ohio Valley from Chicago, Detroit, Cincinnati, and over towards New York, and then down here in the southern plains in Arizona, or New Mexico rather, and western Texas. And then there are 2 areas of wetter than normal conditions in the northwest here from the Pacific coast into the interior west and northern plains, and then along the Gulf Coast down into Florida and the southern Atlantic coast. Here is a look at the precipitation compared to normal over the next 8 to 14 days. 3 areas of wetter than normal conditions, one of them being across the northern plains here, and then west central United States from California, Nevada, into Utah, and then down here and along the Gulf Coast from Dallas down towards Miami. Here in Kansas, we should be around average to slightly below average precipitation-wise, around equal chances either way there. Now we'll take a look at the current drought conditions across our state. Slight improvement from last week, but folks, it's not getting much better, but at least we're slightly improving, I guess. There's still a pretty good sized area of exceptional drought across portions of northwest into west central Kansas. That covers currently 17% of our state. Around that in the bright red shaded areas is the extreme drought, and that could be for the Goodland area in northwest Kansas here. Down in for parts of southwest, central, north central, and south central Kansas, that currently covers about 64% of our state. Around that in the gold shaded areas would be the extreme drought conditions, still pretty bad there. That would cover parts of northeast, north central, east central, and southeast Kansas, and that currently covers 95% of the state. And in this tan shaded area is the moderate drought conditions in northeast and parts of far eastern and southeast Kansas for around the Kansas City metro Topeka area, and that currently covers 100% of the state, meaning 100% of the state of Kansas is experiencing at least a moderate drought. So hopefully we'll see that improve over the next few months, which is actually what this next graphic is. It is the drought outlook through the 30th of June this coming summer. As you can see, we still expect the drought to continue across southwest Kansas here. Maybe a little bit of improvement, but nothing significant sadly, so hopefully that'll get better down the line. But luckily, a large part of the state will be seeing at least some improvement here in the light green shaded areas for northwest, central, north central, and south central Kansas. Again, some improvement, nothing significant, but at least you're going to see some improvement here. And the best improvement will be across portions of eastern Kansas. Thank you for tuning in tonight for my mid-range weather forecast update. Once again, lead forecaster Brooks here at the Cirrus Weather headquarters in Hays, Kansas. Be sure to check out our website online anytime at SiriusWX.net, and if you haven't already, be sure to follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/SiriusWeather. Have a good night, Kansas, and we'll talk to you again soon.